Rolling.
All right, good afternoon. Greg from the Oregon Fly Fishing blog. Today we're going to be making a traditional hare's ear with a little twist. We're going to actually make a pheasant tail hare's ear, but we're going to be doing this on a jig style hook. We're using the Gamakatsu J20. Go ahead and use a slotted tungsten bead in gold. I'm using a brown Danville 140 thread. And I'm going to take that back to the hook point and slightly behind that between the hook bend and the hook point. For the tail, I'm going to be using brown pheasant tail, 4 to 6 of these fibers. You want to measure them using your hook. I approximately want a tail length the same as the body. Do a pinch wrap and just lay that down. Looks a little long, and before I tighten it up, you can actually just pull it forward if you need to, like so. I can use this pheasant tail to begin that taper, or not color, I want to build a taper body, but I'm also going to incorporate this a little later on into the thorax, so I'm going to just leave that right there. Wet your fingers if you need to. Get a nice tapered body there. I'm gonna add a little more here. I think I'm gonna probably add a little more a little later. I'm gonna go ahead and start at the tail with wraps and working my way forward. And the reason why I want to add a little bit more here is the thorax. I want to have a little bit of a bump. I want that to be pronounced. That wing case, that thorax, I want it to be pronounced. Then what I'm going to do is just get my wire out from the tail, and I'm just going to make even spiral wraps all the way to the front. What I like to do is just helicopter this off. I'm going to be using some of this tinsel here. This is pearl holographic tinsel. I like this just for the look that it gives, and you'll see at the end I'm going to be using a little bit of UV glue, and this just gives it a really nice translucent look and shine. So I'm just going to wrap that in on the top with a couple of wraps, and that's just going to hang back for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these back over like so, and I just lock that in. And then I'm going to get more dubbing, and I'm going to build my little thorax here out of dubbing. Then I'll go in and I'll pick out some of these materials with a brush so that I can get some legs. I like my hare's ears very buggy. Work that in, and then I'm going to bring my pheasant tail forward and over. And before I lock that down, what I like to do is get my thumb in there. Just kind of spread those fibers from the feather out a little bit if you can. Now I don't use a lot. Lock that down, trim that out of there. And then I'll come over with my tinsel here. Kind of a little pressure there. A couple of wraps there as well. I'm going to go ahead and do a 4 or 5 turn whip finish. I'm also going to glue this, so it's going to be extra durable, because since it's on a jig hook, it's going to be riding upside down. And just kind of come here and pull these out. And what we're doing is we're creating legs. And like I said, I like them buggy. The nice thing that I like is when you take a UV glue and put it on here, that shine will actually come through the glue. And because I'm going to do a little head here, just like so, and then take your bodkin if needed. Actually, that's pretty good. I'll get it on the fibers a little bit just so it sets it in place. Kind of take a look at it. Looks pretty good. I'm going to hit that with my torch. There you go, a little twist to a classic. You know, your pheasant tail hare's ear on a jig hook. This is probably one of my top 3 trout fishing flies, for good reason. And have a great day.